Hey family, it's Netta back at you with Black Lives Count, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you are all, just taking care of yourselves and living your lives fully every single day. So family, I'm back at you with a video pertaining to a young man, a 21-year-old black brother that was unalived, okay? They're calling it a suicide, but we know better. We know better. So let's get into this article. This happened in Cobb County, Georgia, by the way. It says the family of 21-year-old Kyle Bassinga said he was found dead at Fair Oaks Park, ruled a suicide. But the manner of the young man's death has been greatly scrutinized on social media. Officials in Cobb County came forward Monday to address a case about a man's death that had generated much concern on the social media and in his community. A young black man that was 21-year-old Kyle Bassinga was discovered last week dead at Fair Oaks Park. He was found in a horrific manner, hanging from a tree. The death has been ruled a homicide, and both Cobb County Board of Commissioners Chairwoman Lisa Cupid and Cobb Police Chief Dan Farrell reiterated that finding in a press conference. You see, they want to be on code and on board with ensuring that when they first come out about it, that they want to ensure that they're saying that it was a suicide, despite finding evidence that it was a suicide. But they also promised to be transparent and more information and bring more information from the case and be forthcoming as soon as they were able to meet with the Bassinga family to give them a private case overview. They said there's been a delay in that so far because a family member of Bassinga's has had to travel in from out of the country. I believe this young man, I'm not sure what country he came from, but I believe this young man is a family, of immigrant people. But I believe he was a citizen. He was born here. Speaking of Bassinga's death and the circumstances in which he was found, Chairwoman Cupid said, This is a violent manner that has caused many to think of the days of slavery and Jim Crow. And this type of violence shown toward African Americans or black Americans, particularly black men during that historical time, has caused many to respond to what is occurring with great disbelief. We want to see the truth of the matter first for the family who is deserving, and understand that as they go through their own grief at this time, but it's also important for our community to know the truth. I don't want us to lose that truth. Chief Farrell said that from the evidence collected to this point, there are no indicators that another person was involved in the incident. However, the investigation remains active and that they will continue to evaluate all evidence thoroughly. Yeah, we understand that. Farrell said that evidence will include videos, phone data, witnesses, and additional physical evidence from the scene. He estimated that meeting the family can happen in the next day or so. The discovery of Bassinga in the deeply unsettling manner he was found led to a number of social media posts and community members expressing skepticism that there had been foul play involved. Let me stop right there and say this. Whoever is anticipating or believing that there was foul play, I would think that that was correct. Because, too often, black men, women, and even young people have been found hanging in trees. We know this is a signature move of the Ku Klux Klan, okay? White supremacists, okay? Aryan Nation, Brotherhood, whatever you want to call them, whatever they're calling themselves today. We know this is a signature move that they do. This is what they do. They hang black people in trees, and then law enforcement, who is possibly already aware of this situation, comes in and says that, oh no, this was just a suicide. A couple of years ago, and I don't know if many of you remember this, and I can't think of what state this was in, but there was a 72-year-old woman, and I want to say it may have been in either Illinois or it was in New York, but I can't remember. But it was a 72-year-old woman found hanging in a tree, like I want to say a couple doors from her home or something. But anyway, she was found hanging in a tree, and they said it was suicide. To this date, no one has ever come back and been able to explain to us how a 72-year-old woman climbed up in a tree and hung herself. You know what I'm saying? But this is the kind of rhetoric and lies that they will tell. I'm going to say, black men, you have to be careful out here. You have to put yourselves in a situation where you are in control of you getting home. And that means practicing your Second Amendment right. And if you can't legally practice your Second Amendment right, then legally practicing another form of protection. But I would be well ready if I had to be. Family, this is very heartbreaking, okay? I have nephews that young. I have nephews. I have little cousins and stuff. This is really heartbreaking that this young man who has just began his life is has been stopped, in the thriving of his life, okay? Because at 21 years old, he is so young and fresh, and there are so many things that this young man could have accomplished that he will never accomplish now because of what has occurred with him, okay? It's sad. It's very sad. And we're tired of this now. We are very tired of this, and that's why I'm telling black young men that are legally able, black young women that are legally able, black, old, or young. If you live in a state that you can practice your Second Amendment right, get training. Seek a specialist or a professional person that can help you learn about it, what to do with it, how to use it. I'm not saying go out there and be careless and be stupid. Do it legally, do it the right way, but do something. Do something to ensure that you get home. We're seeing our truck drivers, we're seeing people just walking, because see, one thing I know, more and more black people today are walking trails. And apparently the young man was found on a trail or off of a trail that possibly he had been walking, okay? Now, show us the pictures of the young man walking the trail with rope, where knew he was going in there to do something to himself. They're not going to have that, because I don't believe that to be the case. I believe this young man went in to walk a trail and was met, unfortunately, by some racist people. Okay, I want to say more than that, but some racist people, and unfortunately met his demise. And let me say why I say this. because there's been a few times that and I don't go by myself, I go with several others, walking in a trail, and we come up on some unfriendly palm colored people, and I mean unfriendly, okay, looking crazy and just as ignorant. But see, the only good thing about that is we all be packing. Yeah, we all be loaded, locked, and ready. So if they come in there with some BS with us, it's gonna be some BS, and ain't gonna be no people putting no trees either, okay? So I'm just saying, do it legally, but do whatever you need to do to come up out of a situation to protect yourself. Because unfortunately, we have people roaming around this country, which is the United States, that feel that it's their right to unalive black people, put them in trees and things like that. And we got to make sure that we're okay. And this is why I honestly advocate for not voting for the Democrats, because Biden had the whole House, the Senate, everything. And Biden, they did not give us a hate crime bill, but they gave the Asians a hate crime bill. Yet they haven't found Asians hanging in trees. Okay, let me know of one Asian that they have found hanging in a tree, and then maybe we can have a discussion. But they're not finding Asians hanging in trees. They're finding black men and black women hanging in trees. So something has to be done. And I'm going to say, foundational Black American, I'm so glad that we are doing the things that we're doing. As far as socially, as far as economically, and now as far as politically. We have to keep doing these things, because it's we're not going to get anything accomplished by giving in or giving up. We got to keep doing what we're doing. We got to keep delineating. We got to keep ensuring that our vote receives something. Okay? And if your vote is not going to receive something when they tell you they can't do it, or they can't talk to us, or they don't have time, or whatever, then guess what? You're not getting my vote. Because, see, they make time for the communities that they want the vote from. They make time to go out and have conversations to see what the people want. They make time to ensure that once they get elected into those offices, that those constituents get the things that they have voted for, that they have told them that they are putting them in office to do. The only community in the United States that does not receive benefit for her vote or for their vote is foundational Black Americans. And so now it's time for us to not just give our vote, I don't give a damn to who it is, because this kind of stuff is going to keep happening. We need a damn hate crime bill. We need a hate crime bill. Okay? And we need reparations. Okay? You don't want to give reparations? That's fine. You don't want to give a hate crime bill? That's fine as well. Don't ask for our fucking vote, because we're not going to give you that. Alright, family, and with that, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and comment, and let's chop it up in the comment section. We got to do things differently now. We just have to. Alright, so peace, love, and blessings, family, and Black Power, and take care. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.